I'm John Morris, and I have a question for you. Another question. It's a just a question question. Here it is. What does your elephant look like? That's really my question. What does your elephant look like? You see, too often we develop opinions, especially spiritual ones, based on inadequate data. That's true for the skeptic, for the seeker, or for the believer. Whichever you are, if you make a decision based on inadequate data, good chance is you'll be wrong. You might be partly or accidentally right, but most likely you'll be in the wrong. There's an ancient poem, versions of which are found in many old writings of different religions. I like the one by John Godfrey Saxe from the 1800s. You can find it in the Just a Question library of documents. It's about 6 blind men and the elephant. I won't read it to you, but I'll give you an abbreviated version of it. You see, 6 curious men from Indostan, that's probably India, went to see an elephant that none of them had seen. Obviously they hadn't, they were blind, but they wanted to learn what an elephant really looked like. So, picture this. The first man against its side did fall, and to him the elephant was very like a wall. The second, grabbing its tusk, thought, "What have we here? The elephant is very like a spear." The third its squirming trunk did take, and so to him the elephant was very like a snake. The fourth, putting his arms around its knee, knew for sure the elephant was very like a tree. The fifth held its ear and thought, for even the blindest man, the elephant was very like a fan. The sixth seized its tail when it swung within his scope, and to him the elephant was very like a rope. Here's the second to last stanza for all of us. And so these men of Indostan disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion, exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly in the right, and all were in the wrong. Each of these men had made bad decisions. They had inadequate data to know what an elephant actually looked like. So let me start with you if you're a skeptic, atheist or agnostic. Don't make a decision about God with inadequate data. Inadequate data is data that is insufficient in quality or quantity. That data might in some ways be partly right, but bottom line is probably actually just wrong. Inadequate data is probably what you've absorbed from your peers or your profs. Let's start with the concept of God. The existence and identity of God may be outside of your present knowledge. Think about that. The knowledge and identity of God might be outside your present knowledge. You have to admit that. That's just a logical and rational fact. You would have to possess all knowledge to know that God does not exist. In that sense, only God could be an atheist, because for God to be God, he would have to know everything. And you and I don't know everything. So God could be outside your present knowledge. But the good news is that Jesus promised, "Seek and you will find." Actually, it could be translated, "Keep seeking and you will find." So my encouragement to you is start actively seeking. Pray. You probably don't believe in prayer, but I'm encouraging you. Pray, even if you don't believe in prayer. Pray this: God, I don't know if you exist. I don't know if you exist, but if you do, please let me know who you are. Don't ignore all of this. It's just too important. See, eternity is a long, long time. And if you're a seeker, actively seeking true truth, true spirituality, I'm going to give you a shortcut. See, Jesus prayed, "Sanctify them in the truth." Sanctify means to set apart. So he prayed, "Set them apart in truth. Thy word," the Bible, "is truth." So the shortcut is this: go directly to the Bible. Read the book of John in the New Testament. It's only about 40 pages long. That's not much. Read it, reread it, and pray, "God, please reveal your truth to me." And if you're already a believer in Jesus Christ, make sure that what you believe is based on the full teaching of the Bible. The Bible's not a menu to choose from. It's the full deal, the full meal. Too many Christians have drawn too many theological opinions without studying the Bible. Don't just open your Bible and put your finger down on some verse. Study to show yourself approved to God. Here's my paraphrase of Hebrews 5:13 and 14. Everyone who only partakes of milk is a baby. Move on to meat, to solid food. Grow up. Study the Bible. Do you believe what you believe because of your study? Or do you believe it because someone else told you? Do you actually know what you know? Or is it just a bunch of opinions? The last stanza of that poem is unfortunately descriptive of too many believers. So often theologic wars, the disputants, I ween, rail on in utter ignorance of what each other mean, and prate or babble about an elephant not one of them is seen. Skeptic, seeker, believer, don't be like those 6 blind men. This stuff is just too important, too eternally important. Don't draw conclusions based on inadequate or inaccurate data. Have the open mind of a sincere seeker. Go to the source. Go to the truth. Go to the Bible. Remember, Jesus promised, keep asking and it shall be given to you. Keep seeking and you shall find. Keep knocking and it shall be opened. And Jesus prayed, sanctify, set them apart in truth. Thy word is truth. Make sure that the elephant you see actually looks like an elephant. I'm John Morris, and this has been Just a Question.